Hey everybody, Brandi here, back from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I said that. Stamp me some love. It has been a crazy couple of days, and I am kind of beyond exhausted at this point, but I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that we have this time to craft together. So what I thought I would do this evening is to create some backgrounds, and what I want to do is to create some alcohol ink backgrounds. And I want to show you how you can actually use single colors of alcohol inks and get multiple colors in your background. So you don't have to invest in a lot of different colors and do a lot of mixings and stuff, because I think sometimes that people get intimidated by that, and they feel like, well, you know, first of all, I don't know what colors are going to go together, and I don't know, you know, I don't want to buy all that different stuff and then not. But anyway, so my point is, I know I just keep rambling, is that you can get beautiful multicolored alcohol ink backgrounds with single colors with your alcohol inks. All right, so let's get started. All right, we're going to cut to underneath here, and then I'm going to turn off my green screen. All right, so what are the tools of the trade when doing alcohol inks? I'm going to show you just some couple of backgrounds that I created earlier today. And these are all with single color inks. I did not mix different kinds of inks there. So this right here is just one blue color, and you can kind of see that on the edges. I might have my green screen on. No, I don't think so. Nope. All right. So the blue here is made up of lots of different colors. And as you put the alcohol, the isopropic alcohol on the paper and put your alcohol ink in there, you can kind of see some of the separations and stuff. And you can also tell from here, there's different shadings of different colors. We're actually going to be doing a alcohol lift technique with some stamps later. And I'm going to be using some Catherine Pooler Joyful Flurry stamps to do some snowflakes. And then we're also going to be using some of a stamp set from Pink Fresh, which is their Merry Little Christmas. And so I thought I would use that right there. So before we get into that, what I wanted to do is kind of demonstrate to you how you can create these backgrounds. And I'm going to turn on this light here, see if we can get a little bit better. Maybe. There we go. A little bit better lighting there. Let me move my keyboard out of the way. All right. Just let me know if you can see that better. I know there's going to be a little bit of a glare because of that lap. We're just going to put some paper over it right there so you can't see it. All right. So what I like to use is Yupo paper. And the Yupo paper that I have is right here. I like to use Ranger Inks Yupo paper. And you can purchase this in lots of different types. The type that we're going to use today is the heavyweight. I've got the white heavyweight, and it comes in the 8x10 sheets. I kind of like to use larger size sheets than what my actual project is going to be. I like to cut it down. And so that way I can kind of move the inks around, and then I can cut it down to figure out, you know, what part of the card I actually want to use. So that is one thing that I have found useful, rather than cutting the card sheet down to the panel size that you're going to be using with your card. And then, you know, you may not like the composition of it, because alcohol inks are unpredictable as far as being able to get movement where you want it. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult to determine, if you have just a small piece of paper, how you're going to come out with at the end. So I like to work with bigger pieces of paper, and then I can cut it down to wherever I want it to be. All right, so let me put that aside. So we're going to do two of them here. The first technique that I'm going to use is going to be kind of creating this swash of different, or swash of one color. And it's really easy to do. And I mean, anybody can do this. I want to give a little shout out to Tiffany Solero. She's one of our speakers at the summit this week. And I recently saw a video of hers where she has used a kind of a beauty product. I think you put too much alcohol in there. a beauty product from Conair, a little blow dryer on a curling iron or something. I don't know. Go check her out because she's got a blog post on it and a video, YouTube, where she shows the tool that she uses to move around her inks. I'm just going to be using this guy right here and then actually just moving the paper. So let's see, what color do we want to use? We're going to use this Ranger alcohol ink, and it is the aqua color. And I've basically flooded the page with 91%. And I think I may have put too much, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of serve it around. And then I'm just going to move that ink around. I think I need a little bit more. And as you can see, you can make all kinds of different movements just by tilting the paper up and down. You don't actually need to have a specific tool for it. But if you want to, you can use a tool like this to move that ink around. And of course, as you put that air on there, it's going to dry up the alcohol. And that's what's going to make your ink kind of stay in place. So then I can just kind of move it around again. And if I think it's too light, I can add more ink to it. I'm just going to use this to kind of push it around. I'm just going to add just a little bit. This is a lighter color. Now this might not look much right now, but when you cut it down into a cardstock, it'll make a really nice background. You can also kind of see those colors separating a little bit. So there's some darker blue there, some greens and stuff. Let me see if I can pull that up to the camera a little bit better for you to see. I saw a question about what kind of paper. This is Yupo paper. It's kind of a plasticky paper. Ranger Ink sells this, and this particular one is the white heavy stock.
Are there other kinds of papers you can use?
There might be. I just use Yupo paper. There's different types of Yupo paper. There is, I've got here and here, there's translucent Yupo paper. I haven't worked with that very much. And then I just had another one today. It was actually black, but I do not know where it's at. All right, so we can set this aside to dry. All right, let's do one more. Now this one, I am going to try to recreate something like this, or these kind of circle type things. This is a little bit more heavy-handed as far as the ink goes, and a little bit less with the alcohol ink. One thing I want to tell you all, and I should have mentioned this before, make sure you're working in a heavily ventilated area. You definitely don't want to be inhaling these fumes without some sort of ventilation. All right, so let's see, what color are we going to use? Let's use the Everglades. All right, so I am going to do just some small little lines, just a small little line of alcohol around the center of the paper. And make sure you shake it up. You just kind of push that isopropyl alcohol around, and it kind of pushes the color into different areas. I'm really liking this.
Where did you get the bottles that the alcohol is stored in?
This is actually an Amazon find. I think you can search needle nose containers. I think they're like 2-ounce bottles or something like that. I just refill it from my isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol that I get from the Dollar Tree store or Walgreens or wherever. So I'm just sort of, going in circles, kind of moving that ink around. If I think it's too dark in one area, I can just put a little drop of alcohol on it. This area over here is pretty dry, so it's not going to move. If Tiffany is watching, I think she should probably post a link to that YouTube video that she just did on that tool that she uses. Again, I think it's just a basic curling iron brush because she was saying that she has a hard time using this because of her arthritis. And I can totally get how that can happen. And so I had just saw that video earlier this week, and I'm definitely going to try to see if I can pick that up. I think she got it from Amazon. All right. So I think I'm going to leave that alone. The only other thing that I could do possibly is to put some gold on it, but I really wanted to show you how you can just create all kinds of different shades and different colors with just one color of alcohol ink.
And what grade of alcohol did you say earlier? This
is 91%. It was hard to get last year. Hard to get. All right. So let me let this dry, but I think we probably should give another giveaway. So let's cut this way. Let me turn this light out. Okay. All right, so I'm going to let these dry for a bit before we move on to the next part of the technique. But we've got some giveaways to give out, and I want to make sure that we do not forget. So tell me which ones we're... don't we?
The Trinity Stamp.
Oh, yeah, let's do that one. Okay. Okay, so I just dropped everything. Okay. All right. So we are going to be giving a giveaway from Trinity Stamps. This is a super bundle. If you guys have been watching any of the lives the last few days, Tanisha over at Trinity Stamps really has spoiled us and has given us some really nice giveaway prizes. You guys are going to love this one. All right. So let me cut to that. All right. So let's see here. And my green screen. Oh, bane of my existence. Okay, you guys. So here we got. We have, this looks like an A2 size framelit. So you can stack and layer your card panels. We've got this adorable, cute little Merry and Bright stamp set that I think would be really good to use with Copic markers. You can definitely color those in, maybe even do some embossing. It just, I think that's really cute. And of course, she always sends the coordinating dies. Very nice, very nice. We've got a layering stencil here, and it looks like it's a starburst right there. That's really cute. It's a 6x6. And then, of course, they are known for their little embellishments. And I've been bragging all weekend about the way she sends these embellishments in these little containers. So we've got here, this is kind of a, what are these little baubles? They look like little baubles, little clear bubbles. Those are really cute. Let's see, what's the name of that? Yep, bubble bath. Well, I was close. All right, this one's silver bubbles. There you go. So they're just like silver spheres with backs on them. And then this one is the gorgeous golden baubles. Love them. And the reason why I love these is because They fit wonderfully in my container here. And I've got this container on Amazon, and it came with, you know, a bunch of these containers, but you can get it with just the, you know, the outer shell if you want. And they fit just perfect. So she's really got it going on by selling them in this packaging. I think it's just really clever, and it's very convenient. All right, and then she also has this guy right here, and it is a Trinity. Okay, it's 3 T's. Trinity Tidy Tray. All right, say that 3 times. So you can have this on your desk and just kind of put your little doodads and stuff in there so it doesn't get all over, kind of like what I got going on here when I opened up the sequins from Catherine Pooler. Oh, and then we've got this guy right here. I do not know what it is, so let's open it up. Maybe. Well, nothing like being unprepared on our live. Okay, here you go. The teeth always work. All right, follows fellas. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I know what this is. So this is a jewel picker. It's got kind of a waxy tip on it to be able to pick up your little embellishments and put them down on the paper, put your glue down, and then pick them up and put them down. And then this side is a little poker tool. Handy, very handy. All right, I do not know what that is actually called, but I'm going to call it the Jewel Picker Pokey Tool. All right, you guys, enough of me talking about it. Let's give it away. All right, so the Trinity bundle pack is going to go. Let's see, who was the last person?
That was the Anna. I believe it was Anna.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so our next winner is going to be Mary Ann. It's Marianne, and a last name is starts with an M and ends with an L. So Mary Ann, you're going to be getting this nice little bundle. Make sure that you whitelist my email address, Brandi at Stamp Me Some Love, and support at Stamp Me Some Love, so your email doesn't get stuck in your spam box. All right, let me just set this to the side. All right, so let's pull our projects back in. And I want to do this guy first. So let's see what we can do here. So this stamp set actually has 2 parts to it that you can pull out. And you just kind of break it apart. And so what I want to do is use the outer part. So I want to stamp that area right there. And I think there's a little overlap that's not going to have ink on it, but that's okay. And we're going to do an alcohol lift technique with this. So I will say that having a stamping positioning tool to do this technique is kind of required, because you're likely to want to repeat your stamping over and over again. All right, so I'm going to have that right there. My magnets down. Position it where I want. Oops, right there. There we go. All right, and so now what I want to do is use my alcohol lift ink, and this is just basically going to take the alcohol lift or alcohol ink up. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm starting to see some of that pattern come through. And so I'm going to wipe this off. And then I'm going to apply some more alcohol lift. ink. This right here is just a little dry erase board eraser. It kind of looks like a little mouse, and it's got felt on the bottom, so I kind of use it to help swoosh around evenly. All right, so that pattern, I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to come up. So again, I'm gonna wipe off. Actually, I want to use a microfiber here to get that excess ink off, because I don't want to lay it back down on my project. I'm trying to lift it off, not put it back down. That is starting to look really pretty. Do we have any questions coming in, Lori?
Not just yet. Everybody's just loving the way it looks.
Well, that's nice.
Especially the red color.
Do I know what
dye color
what's its name it is? You'd like to know that? Maybe that might be helpful. Sure, as soon as I can find it. And you can see why having the MISTI or a stamp positioner tool is important. Excuse me, when doing this technique, because you can go back over and over again, and it's just right in the same spot. So you're not going to be giving like a blurred image. All right, so I think that's good.
And why is it that you wipe off the lift ink before pushing it down?
I wipe this off because the lift ink puts the red alcohol ink on the stamp. And so I don't want to lay that back down. So that's why I wipe it up between inking. All right, so I've got that down. So let me just kind of see if you can see that little pretty where the pattern was. And then I can go ahead and cut this down. So we're going to cut this down to, let's see, probably, I'm just going to start right here. It's going to end up being about that. Oh, it's kind of smeared actually. It doesn't look like it was dry. All right, let's heat set it for a second. I got a little too anxious. I'm just going to put a little heat on it. It will start to smear in my paper cutter. That's all right. All right, so we want that to be about, let's do it right there. And this I'm just sort of cutting down to the size that I want. That's about 5.5 right there. All right, so we've got that is left. I think that's 4.5. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 4.25 is what I want. So I need to trim off a little on each side. All right, and so then what I could do now is take this middle stamp and then stamp it on some white cardstock and then place that in the middle there. So that's our background. and you can kind of see where the ink has lifted off. And you can also tell, I mean, the reason why I like to work in bigger spaces is just because I can kind of gauge that negative space that I want around it. If I were to do this card again, I probably would choose a little bit more negative space. So we've got a lot of rich color right here, and just few spots of white. But these backgrounds are never the same twice, and so it's just fun to kind of experiment and see what you get. But the technique of being able to lift that up and seeing that design underneath, I think, is really pretty. All right, so let's do another one.
And do you end up buffing them at some point, or is it finished as soon as you cut the paper down?
I don't buff it. I'm not sure what that tip is, or that technique is.
People are saying sometimes you buff it and it turns brighter.
Well, I'll have to look into that one. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, this one I'm actually going to cut down first. Hold on a second. I'm going to cut this one down because it's pretty much all one kind of color. And I'm just going to kind of figure out where I want that A2 size is about like that. Yeah, about that size. All right. I think I'm going to have a little bit of that white. It's kind of interesting right there. I'm going to turn it this way. All right, so that's what I've got left. Now I want to do some alcohol lift ink with the snowflakes. And so that's what I'm going to use for this technique. I'm just going to position them just randomly. Some of them are going to go off the page. Don't forget to use your little ones. You can also use it with your sentiments. So put that right there. So you could actually do an alcohol lift with the actual sentiment itself. You could do that, but I'm just making backgrounds for now. And you know what? I need to put a little piece of adhesive down on that. Hold on one second. All right, we're going to put a little glue dot in the back. And I always put down 2 pieces of glue dots, maybe. The reason I do 2 is because then the paper won't shift on you. If you just do 1, it's liable to do this. So I always put at least 2 down. So then the 2 are holding each other down. All right, and these magnets, I tell you what, I have probably torn lots of nails of those magnets just going crazy. All right, so that is where I want it to go. Let me put the little pressure on there, make sure it's all sticking down. Oh, I guess it would help if I had some magnets on it too. Well, y'all, this is real life crafting, I just want to say. All right. There we go. All right, hopefully that will hold it down.
Is there a certain glue dot that you prefer?
This is it's the brand name is Blue Dot. Yep. All right. Let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, same technique. Use that alcohol lift. I'm just gonna tap that down. Oops, that's the real mouse. I don't know if you can see that it's already starting to come up. All right, let me wipe this off. And do that again. I just think that it makes a pretty, interesting background when you take the image and sort of lift it off the page.
Everybody loves the snowflakes.
Yeah, I think it's easier to see too because there's not a lot of busyness going on with that is here. But again, when you put something, a nice white piece of paper on top of that with a sentiment, it will stand out a little better. All right. There we go. Voila. There we go. Let's see if we can show that a little bit better. And then I left this area here more of a negative space because I think I'm going to do my sentiment right there. So there you go. All right, so let's look at these backgrounds again. So this one was sort of the same technique that I did this one on screen. I think this one came out a little bit better than this one, but I think they're both interesting for different reasons. And then this one right here, I did the full-on wash as far as the alcohol over the paper. And then what I did was just put a little dot of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and then kind of swirled that ink in circles. I'll do a quick little demo of that, and then we've got to get to some of our giveaways. All right, I'm going to do the back side of this paper right here. All right, so I'm just going to flood the page. And I really want that to move around. All right, now what I'm going to do to kind of speed it up a little bit is I'm going to heat set it to make it dry faster, but I will warn you that you don't want to put your heat right on the paper because it is plastic, it will warp. So put it on its lightest heat and then kind of hold it above, so you're not right on it. So all I'm wanting to do right now is just kind of dry it. I don't want it to move too much more. I'm just trying to help it along with the drying. Okay. So So it's not quite dry, but we're gonna go with it. So to get these kind of, I don't know what you would call that look. It kind of reminds me of minerals, you know, those what are they called? Geomes?
Oh.
You know, it's got the crystals. It starts with a G. I know it does. Somebody online is going to know. All right. So I just put a little dot right there. And then I use the blower to just to blow it just around. And I work in small little pieces.
Geodes? Yeah.
Geodes. Yes. See, I knew it was a G. And so that kind of created that little space there, and you can see it's kind of got a blue color to it underneath. And then I just kind of move on the outside of that ring. Just put some more, just kind of blow it around. There is no rhyme or reason. There's no, you know, right way to do it. You just kind of develop your own technique and what looks good to you. Now, these backgrounds are also good. You can die cut them into different shapes and add that as an element to your card. Or you can just use them as backgrounds. So there you go. Just kind of a short example of how I did that. And again, you know, if I'm cutting this down, you know, I may cut it like right there, maybe use that part for a card and the rest for the for a card base, or not a card base, a card panel. Just, you know, you want to give it some interest and not have it all the same. All right, I think that is enough watching me craft.
Are you able to use a different kind of air blower, or does it have to be like specifically for art, like a nose blower? Is that something you can use? You can blow.
You can use whatever you want that blows or moves air that fits your style. So I will say that we used to, not supposed to, but we used to use a straw. And, you know, we decided, or, you know, found out that it was probably not the most healthiest thing to do, is to use a straw and get that close to the fumes. So that's the reason why people are trying to, you know, give us tools. Now, this guy here is a Tim Holtz product, but it kind of reminds me of those tools that you will see in photography stores to be able to blow out, you know, blow out dust from lenses and stuff like that. So that might work. But again, Tiffany Solero, I tell you, you need to go look at her YouTube channel, because she just came out with a really cool video where she literally is using, I swear it's Conair or something, and it's a little blower that has different attachments to it, and you could use it for like curling iron, but she's taken all the attachments off and just used the blower, and it appears to be the perfect heat and the perfect strength of blowing and stuff. I don't know what it is. Go look at her YouTube and figure it out from there. So, all right, we are getting close to time, and we need to do some giveaways. All righty, what are we giving away now, Lori?
Tombow.
We are giving away Tombow. Tombow, where are you? Here's Tombow. All right. We have got some really cool adhesive. Tombow is very known for their adhesive, but they also are coming out some really cool products and lines with alcohol-based markers. So we've got different tape runners here. I talked about this last night. For those of you who are Stampin' Up folks, I used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and sometimes, like I did tonight, introduce myself as Brandi from Stampin' Up. I'm no longer a Stampin' Up demonstrator. However, I do love the company, and they used to have a product called Fast Fuse. And Fast Fuse was my all-time favorite adhesive, heavy duty tape adhesive. Like if I've got a card that's got lots and lots of layers and lots of heavy paper and stuff, I loved that adhesive. It was Fast Fuse. Well, they stopped making it, or stopped selling it, I should say, a couple years back. And so I was extremely disappointed. But somebody told me that Tombow actually manufactured it, and it is the Extreme tape runner. And the refills will fit in your Fast Fuse cartridge if you still have that. All right, so let me switch over here so you can see what I'm looking at. All right, so we've got some different tape runners. We've got just the regular, we've got permanent, we've got the liquid, mono liquid glue, and then they've got this alcohol base marker that I'm really excited to try out as a alternative to Copic markers. And I love how they have packaged it in the little blending package, you know, so you don't have to hunt and peck, figure out which colors are going to blend together. And of course, I'm showing you all this with my green screen on. I think I need to have like this pop-up or something that tells me you're going to the other screen. Go turn off your green screen. All right, you guys. So who's going to get this? And you're seeing my big old mess on my table. I guess it's all right.
That's what crafting is for.
Yes, Lori says that's what crafting is all about. Okay. All right. This one is going to Shannon, Shannon. Last name starts with a W and ends with an E. So Shannon, make sure you whitelist my email address in your inbox, Brandi@stampmesomelove.com and support@stampmesomelove.com. All right. I think we're going to do Pink and Main now. I think that's on the list, right? All right. So Pink and Main has sent us this card kit, and just let you know that what you see in here may not be the exact same card kit that you're going to get, but it's going to be very similar in value and in product type. So first of all, I love their little box here. I think it is so cute. Pink is my favorite color. And we've got here this really beautiful bag that all your goodies will come in, and this is definitely reusable. But look at all of the stuff. I mean, she really packs her craft boxes. We've got some enamels, dots. We've got some sequences. We've got some really pretty cardstock pattern paper. We've got a stamp set here with the coordinating dies. We've got a stencil, and then we've got an embossing folder. And then she has included all of these really pretty cardstocks and different we've got a shimmer glitter paper there, and some embossed paper, and everything you need to make your card. So again, this may not be the exact same card kit you get, but it will be the same value, same types of products and stuff like that. She's coming up with new card kits all the time. All right, so who are we giving this to? Let's draw for a winner. All right, this one is going to Fran, F-R-A-N, and last name starts with a B and ends with an E. So Fran, you're going to be getting that one. All right, we still have more, you guys. We still have lots more. Ah, here they are. All right, we're going to give away some of the Casual Friday stamps. Again, we've got this one right here. This is the Merry Christmas. We're going to do a draw a winner on that one. All right, the winner of the Merry Christmas stamp set is Karen. Last name starts with a D, ends with an R. We're going to do another Casual Friday stamp set. This one is the Snowy Sayings. All right, this one is going to Mary Ann, Maryann. Last name starts with an R and ends with a Y. All right, we've got another one here from Casual Friday Stamps. This is a Merry Christmas word die. And let's draw for that winner. All right, this one is going to Kathy, Kathy. First name starts with a B and ends with an N. All right, then we have one more of the Casual Friday stamps. This is the Noel and Joy stamp set. This one is going to Robin, R-O-B-I-N. Last name starts with a U and ends with a Z. All right. Who else we've got?
If we want, we could do another alternate or another paragraph one, or save those for another day.
We're going to save those for tomorrow. But how many of the Pink Fresh have we given away? I think we've given away 2. I just want to make sure we don't overcommit.
Yes, it looks like we've given away 2.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be the last one. This is the stamp set Tree Trimming Friends and the coordinating die set right there. And Pink Fresh has this really beautiful card project picture on their website where they did a rainbow colors of the trees. It was really, really pretty. And then when they have the word die, and it says holiday vibes, and it's got this little halo around it. I love word dies that have halos because I like to back them up with vellum or something like that. So that's our last Pink Fresh Studios giveaway. So we'll make sure we don't give any more of those away. All right, so who's going to win that one? Okay, so the winner of that one is going to Terry, and that's T-E-R-I. Last name starts with W and ends with an N. All right, I think that is it for the giveaways for tonight. Let me go ahead and flip the camera. Okay, you guys, I have enjoyed crafting with you guys. I hope you have gotten inspired from the stuff that Catherine Pooler has shown us and the different alcohol lift techniques that I've been able to show you. I want to remind everybody that tomorrow's schedule is listed at, let me put that scheduled link up on the ticker. All right, so we've got the cardmakersuccesssummit.com/schedule is where you can find the links to all of the presentations and what time they're going to be released. A reminder that those videos are pre-recorded. However, the speakers will be live in the chat box. And then after the video has finished playing and everyone's wrapped up their chatting, some of the speakers will be heading over to the Facebook attendee group and doing some Facebook Lives there. So be sure to be looking out in both places. All right. Another thing I want to talk about, or just to remind everybody, that tomorrow evening we are not doing a live like we are tonight, but we are going to be doing a virtual crop, and that is for the VIP members only. We had about 600 and some folks RSVP for that event. I spoke to the folks over at Zoom today, and they have upgraded me to the 1,000-seat room, which is the max that they offer. So be sure to get in the room as quickly as you can, or get there as early as you can, I should say, a couple minutes before 7 o'clock, just to make sure that you've got your seat all comfy and set up and stuff. It will not be videoed. We will not be recording. We will not have a replay. It's simply going to be a place for us to socialize and craft together. Perhaps take some of the designs that we've learned this week and start working on our Christmas cards, our holiday cards, because that has been the whole purpose of the summit, is to get your holiday game plan going and organized and deciding what cards you're going to make, who you're going to make them to, and how many you got to make between now and the end of November. All right. The other thing to remember about the about the virtual crop tomorrow is that we will not be providing any technical support in getting in. If you have any issues, you need to reach out to Zoom. If you have never participated on a Zoom call before, I suggest that you download the app onto your computer, your phone, your tablet, your iPad, wherever you're going to be accessing it sooner rather than later. Do not wait to the last minute to do that. I know some of you will. So just be aware that if you send me an email at support@stampmesomelove about getting into the Zoom because you're having technical difficulties, we will not be returning those emails. I'm so sorry, but we are not able to provide any support with that. I have, however, emailed everybody that's in the VIP All Access Pass this afternoon. Look for your email. It should have come from support@stampmesomelove.com. No, excuse me. It's either going to come from one of those two. I don't know. I got 2 emails now. I had to get a second email just to handle the breadth of everybody contacting us. So anyway, it'll come from one of those 2 emails. And it'll be around 4:30 is when I sent that out, Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, because we are in daylight savings times right now. Just be sure to look out for that. If you can't find the email, don't email me. Go to the VIP All Access Pass and take a look at that section where we have and talk about the virtual crop. All of the information is going to be right there. It's the same email that I sent everybody. I plopped all that information down there. Now, if you're having troubles getting into your VIP All Access Pass, that's a different story. You can email us about that. And the email for that is support@stampmesomelove.com. But please, please, please do not email me if you can't get into Zoom. The other thing to note is that the room is maxed out at 1,000. It's the most that Zoom will allow me to have. So get there early, get your seat. And if for some reason you can't get in because it's full, which I kind of doubt it will be. We only had 600 people RSVP, and not everybody is probably going to attend the RSVP. So chances are you're going to be able to get in, but I don't want anybody complaining. So please get there early and grab your seat. Once we get in, we'll kind of hang out for about 10, 15 minutes, and then we will break into smaller groups. We'll do our virtual meeting groups, breakout groups, where you'll be able to talk a little bit more intimately with other crafters, get to know each other. We're going to have some icebreaker questions and stuff to kind of get the creative, crafty friendship going on and have a good time. So that's basically all tomorrow is just socializing and getting together. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Card Maker Success Summit so far, and we've got 2 more days of it. I will be popping in here and there probably tomorrow to do some giveaways, because we still have a lot of giveaways to do. I just don't know what times they're going to be. Probably you might want to look around the time we have a lunch break. I might come on live during that time, but always remember that if you're not here during the live, and I call out your name, don't worry, I'm going to email you. And so you don't have to be present in order to win. All right, you guys, I'm going to close out for today. My voice is almost gone. And we've got to pack up and get ready for tomorrow morning. So the first class tomorrow, I believe, is at 10 o'clock. Is that correct?
Saturday, yes, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sarah Edwards.
Sarah Edwards is going to be on at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. You will not want to miss it. She makes the most adorable pet cards with her Cricut. So she's got some layering to it, and they're adorable. She's got some free resources for you to be able to download some free SVG files. It is fabulous. You will not want to miss it. All right, you guys, life happens. I comment, stamp me some love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.